Sticking on the topic of referees, we tuned into a friend of ours podcast with a referee that we all know quite well, Mr. Jamal Horn, and he had a very serious game on there by the sounds of it. It's a feisty one, but a couple moments come out of there that we want to talk about. The first one is about referees. Do they get paid enough?
Do you think referees get paid enough? I mean, because again,
No, no, I wouldn't do it. Well, I think we paid it I wouldn't do it for £45. I wouldn't do it for £45. We need referees, and I'm one of them. I don't. If I would have found out one of my players would have grabbed his shoulder, he would never play for me again.
Now, for all the stick that they get, the abuse that they get, I believe they come away with approximately £45, maybe upwards of £50 tops for a 90-minute game. Does this need to be extended, more increased, sorry, or is that enough?
Right, so now the real conversation begins, because what I have to say potentially might really piss some people off. Something that we have to remember is that referees are not volunteers, and we have this habit with our language around referees where we pretend like as if they're the most important part of football, and they're not. We pretend as if they're volunteers, like they're there out of the kindness of their heart, and they're not. Referees are paid to be there. All right, let's get that right. That they're paid to be there. They're paid participants, paid passive participants in a football match. So it's important that we understand the language around it. We keep giving people enough wriggle room to take away accountability for referees simply because they are normal members of the public. Kind of like police officers, they're still members of the public. And their accountability is almost taken away because they've got a badge. We can't do that with referees. They must be held accountable for the things that they do. They're paid to be there. They're paid to do a job. And if you're going to talk about being overpaid or underpaid, I think they're wildly overpaid.
Really?
If you look at absolutely, look at a minimum wage job. £9 an hour? How much is a referee earning for 90 minutes work? He's not earning 25 quid, is he?
Yeah, but
he's earning triple that.
Overpaid. We're talking about Sunday League.
Absolutely not. Listen, it might sound controversial. I don't really care. But, we're not paying them a job hourly rate where they're earning £12 an hour. If they're earning £12 an hour, then what would the conversation be? Well, actually, then I'd say, yeah, they're not really earning that much to be there. Maybe they are there more for the passion. But they're not. They're being paid 45 and 50 quid to be there.
Yeah, but you got to take into consideration
£20 an hour, £25 an hour.
Getting there as well.
Don't care. It doesn't matter. Well, hold on. Does that factor into your job? Do they factor that into your pay? No, they don't. If we're going to go to travel to a place of work, if we're applying for a job, that's on us. How we get there is down to us. Everything outside of that is down to us. Everything else that happens inside that workplace is down to the employer. So that's not our problem. I don't care if the referee's got to ride a bike. I don't care if he's got to swim across a lake. But you're being paid to be there. You're not a volunteer, so get that chip off your shoulder immediately. You're not there out of the kindness of your heart. Most of these people are doing 3 games on a Sunday, 2 games on a Saturday, trying to steal a game in midweek. It's a second income for them, not just a hobby. Yes, there are some that absolutely love it. And those are the people that I've seen around since I was a kid. I've seen them grow old refereeing. They're out in the rain, hail and snow. Even if you haven't got the money, I've seen referees turn around and go, mate, I'm not even here for the money, keep the money. Just love to get out and about and have a bit of exercise and be in and amongst it. I really miss it.
Yeah.
See some really, really good old boys. I've seen some amazing old boys out there. And now listen, probably not the greatest referees in the world, but they're there because they genuinely love it. And the way that they communicate with people, the way that they treat players and the way that they treat the management and the coaches, no ego, no rudeness. This is how it should be. But instead, we've got overpaid people coming into an environment where they're allowed to make unlimited mistakes and have absolutely zero accountability. Zero accountability when they stink the place out, when they're costing people their jobs, they cost people results, cost people cups and league titles. And it might not sound like much to some people, but do you know how much money goes into grassroots football, into running a grassroots team? Now think about, we're talking about non-league football.
To say
Some of
they're
these clubs have
overpaid
got
on that, man. Come on, man.
they're
That's
overpaid.
crazy.
They're
Really?
overpaid.
To get the
They're
amount of
overpaid.
abuse that they take and all the rest of it, £50. Well, not even that. Probably like £45 tops.
Okay, but why are they getting this abuse? And who says that they're always getting abused? What does abuse actually look like? What? No. I just want to
Verbal
know what are
or
the
physical.
hold on. I just want to know what are the parameters for verbal abuse? What qualifies as verbal abuse? Because me going, oh, for God's sake, ref, is that abuse? Is that
Nah, but
abuse to
that's
you?
just like, you know full well. Come on,
Hold
you've
on,
been
hold on,
around
hold
the
on, hold
game.
on,
You've been
hold
around
on,
the game.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I've been charged for going, oh, for God's sake, ref. That's not abuse, but it is what
I'm
they
sure you
say it
didn't
is
say it like
because
that.
it's their rules, right? No. Genuinely, I'm not saying I haven't done worse. I definitely have, but I've also had referees offer me out for fights in car parks. Nothing happened
Wow.
to the referee. Well, from the FA anyway. So it's just one of those situations where you're like, what actually is? It sounds like a racket to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. And I'm sure people would be more than happy to jump in my DMs again and tell me how wrong I am when it comes to referees. But nah. Now, referees must be held accountable. They must be held accountable for the things that they do. Like I said, that they are paid members of staff on a match day. So we expect a service. We expect a better standard of service. So for me, they're overpaid because they're earning more than the average person is on an hourly rate. They're probably earning more on an hourly rate doing the refereeing than they are at their normal job. If we're being totally honest,
Yeah, but that's only
they're
because
earning over
they're doing
£25 an
nothing more.
hour. They are earning over £25 an hour. When I was a firefighter, I didn't earn that much. So I'm not trying to hear that. So yeah, they are overpaid. If you're earning more than someone that runs into burning buildings for a living, you're being over freaking paid.